Hello, friends. Sadelle here, and I am back in your email box, and just wanted to pop in and fill you in on a few things that have been going on. I it's been it's been a difficult winter, I'll admit. We've been dealing with a lot of illness in the family, and when that happens, and I'm sure that when it's happened to you, it's really hard to just pick up where you left off and continue going. And sometimes, you might just lose your mojo for creativity. And that started happening to me back in September, actually. And it wasn't until that mid-November that I realized that I needed to do something for myself. And that's when I ended up creating the Labyrinth email course, the 7-day email series that I offer on the site, and it's free if you're interested. I created it because a number of people have been asking me about questions about how do I use a labyrinth, how do I walk a labyrinth, what about art with the labyrinth, and so I created this course, but it was kind of a balm for my soul because it got me back into using the labyrinth again when I really needed it. And I'll admit that when things get tough, I will often seek out the closest labyrinth, and it's a little harder to do in the wintertime when there's snow on the ground, which is why I love to draw labyrinths, and which is also why I love to use things like finger labyrinths. This is a really small one. And so that's where I've been producing that. And then, of course, from that, I ended up creating the Labyrinth Art Journeys course, which turned out to be this huge course. I didn't expect, I just got so caught up into creating for it that I ended up making 30 videos and number of meditations and projects and whatnot. So I'll stick links to everything below. This is what I'm working on right now just for myself. Sometimes I forget, and sometimes we just have to make art for ourselves. And so this is something that I've been creating. It's got some metallic pastels in it, and not done yet. I haven't decided what's coming next, so it's in the marination stage. I'll be sure to post about it when it's finished. The other thing that I've been up to now that the weather's been a little bit better, I've been off to a couple of retreats that I taught at this past month. One down in Western Massachusetts, and one that I just finished last week at Holy Cross Monastery on the Hudson. And both of those were Celtic art retreats. They were wonderful. I love teaching in sacred spaces. It makes getting into that place of contemplation and meditation with art so much easier. And as someone who is a contemplative anyway, it's just a natural place for me to be. So I've got, I do have a couple more of those kind of retreats coming up. I'm actually going to be teaching at, for a week out in Iowa at the beginning of July for Friends General Conference. I'm leading another workshop for them. I'm leading a workshop at the end of this month down in Pennsylvania at Quaker Retreat Center called Pendle Hill, on meditative art, and that's open to anybody. I am also going to be returning to Holy Cross Monastery, which is a gorgeous place, in September with another meditative art retreat. And the really exciting thing is at the end of June, I am going to be assisting at the Veritas Labyrinth Summer School, which is there's workshops on designing labyrinths and on paper and with materials, and then also creating labyrinths on the ground. So that's really exciting. It's the end of June, and I'll stick a link for that below as well. So I have more things like that coming up next year as well, and I will also be working on some more online courses. So I've got at least a couple of Skillshare courses planned for this year, as well as a couple more Labyrinth art classes. So stay tuned. There'll be more information, and I promise I'll get another coloring page up one of these days. So that's what's been happening here. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.